You're just triggering things off in
This podcast is aimed at the veteran community. It hopes to recreate a conversation taking place in any NAFI anywhere in the world right now. If you want to combat social isolation by letting veterans feel part of this conversation. If you're easily offended, please switch off now. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to this channel and be part of the community.
Good evening, people, and welcome to podcast number 4 from Veterans in Crisis. Tonight we have Peter Swain, who is a client of Vic's and a good friend of mine as well. We did do one when we were practicing with Peter, and it was the mentalest thing you've ever seen. So tonight we're going to probably
tone it down a little.
Yes, try not to recreate it, to be honest. He even invited people here. It's never happened before. He had an audience. So tonight, all right, Pete, anyway.
I am, mate, I'm good, how are you?
Not bad at all, mate. Thanks for coming.
I had a busy day?
Too busy, mate, too busy. All my days are busy.
Well, I've been putting windows on the ARV.
Oh, have you?
Aye.
Oh, you at art class?
Ah, yes, an art class, which I'm really enjoying. I tried not to take over today.
Oh, did you? And did you manage?
I had to I shut my mouth, and you know, when you concentrate, the tongue starts going. And then, like, my mate Paul and his wife, Sarah, come and they were just laughing at us because I was like concentrating, like cutting out the windows and stuff like that. It was like really technical. You were asking, and like, wow, you know what I mean? I was over the moon with.
Nice one. Was there many there?
About 12, I think, and then we all come back here and took over.
I'm glad I wasn't either. I've had a busy day myself.
There wasn't enough seats there.
Oh, there never is there? I mean, this building wasn't designed for loads of lunatics to be hanging
around. No,
in,
definitely not. Like,
that's why we've got the gunners.
Hey, we're even taking over that now.
I know.
That turnout on Tuesday was amazing.
I think it was 30 odd on Tuesday. I think the most we've had is 50. I think 50 actual people in all at once. I'd say the Navy's taking over a bit more now, aren't they?
No, they're getting on corner. Like that's we're gonna have to stop that. Like we'll have to sink the ship, won't we? Should we put some rats in there and all that?
I think there's some rats in there, mate.
There's definitely. I haven't been there yet.
So I'm moving swiftly on.
Quickly, whip.
So what we normally do is sort of a bit of a timeline. But obviously, we do everything we talk about doesn't have to be about the army, you know. Maybe we go. Why if we start off with our childhoods, you know, because we're similar ages, aren't we?
I am 40. I had to work it out the other day. You know, I was sitting on Tuesday.
Did you have
at the
enough
veterans
fingers?
meeting. That's what it says. There was me, Kev, and Mick.
And you even kept
the dudes.
Many people.
We was like going. I was born in 1971. Right? What year? And I'm 48, aren't I? They went, I went, I'm coming to 49. They went, I went. They went, hang on here. And then we all started questioning each other.
So don't tell us your exact date because you get loads of things on Facebook. But what month?
January. 71.
71.
I was knocked out. My dad had a bad accident down the pit. Blew up.
Did it?
Got his arm blew off and all that.
Aye. Which pit?
Somebody's head, Silky.
Aye.
So when he come out, who popped out? Me. So that's why I think I'm as mad.
As if he didn't have enough bad luck.
The loons come out. Yeah. Now they get rid of the 666 on the back of my head.
My dad worked in Weymouth pit, like.
Aye, small world, aye.
He loved it. Like,
he was a blast gadget. One bloke got killed, one bloke got blinded. And my dad was bending out to get the next one, blew his arm off. But he ended up getting £8,000 compensation. Should have gotten a lot more than that. But 1969 was a lot of, like, I think he got about 1970, 71 when I was born. A lot of money then, but basically fast cars, fast women and horses.
Obviously, I would imagine.
And loads of mates.
Aye, I would imagine he sold his darts as well, did he?
I just lived in the pub. No, I did buy a truck and all that.
£8,000 would have been a lot of money then.
I could have bought a detached house on Millside for £4,000.
Aye.
So it was some party in there. Like honestly, I think probably about 100 odd grand, or maybe a couple of £100 now or something. So imagine partying that in a year.
Well,
they had loads of mates.
Aye. So you will have it, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So if we childhood wise, because when I was, so I'm about 6 months, maybe 6 months, 7 months older than you. Obviously, I don't look it.
Oh no, he's smaller.
A lot smaller.
And I'm a bit wider.
A bit rounder.
a bit rounder. I swallowed the space up when I was a bairn. It's never been removed yet.
You're a proper rounded individual,
look at, can you see me little handles there?
So, well, if we started your childhood.
I didn't start talking about the jokes like to drive around and all that.
No. So, they talk about your childhood. So, 1971 in Sunderland. Obviously, it's not much money, is it? You don't work down the pit.
Well, he did, and then he got blue. He tried to start a business up on the truck. That went like tits up because he failed his driving test. He hadn't done his books, so he just went anyway. He just went on the lash for like a year, like you would. I had a bad upbringing, mate. My mum and dad got divorced when I was 6, so my brother brought us up, like thinking he was like doing a good job, like any lads moving on to the estate. Like we're like 14, 15. I was like 8 or 9 year old, and he had to fight them. And if I got beat, I used to get a clip off him, so I never got beat.
Right.
So I was good, and I remember me, it was bad. Like my first bike was pulled out of a skip, and it had solid rubber tyres on. And all my mates were like laughing at us and all, because Christmas Day, all these have got like class boxes and like strikers and all that.
Strikers,
and I've got this thing made out of like solid steel that, you would back down the shipyard. Well, wagon wheels, I'm sure some gypsies' wagon wheels went missing that day. So this is my Christmas present, Honestly, I mean, Ma like done her best. She worked at Pyrex, and she done her best.
You could have got a dinner set.
We did actually, with Lego figures on, and some pans. Oh, that's why I'm a good cook for now. I always knew. I got them Pyrex pans, the ones that were like NASA and things and all that.
Joe says you're a canny cook, like, because you would drop stuff off for Joe, didn't you?
Oh, I've
Joe being
mad
the
some
lad who's filming this.
I had some good curries from him. I made a lovely steak, the 18-ounce steak for me and the dogs.
Saying it for you and the dogs.
Yeah. I could have just sitting there looking as I went, right, and so I chopped the load up, give them that the way with the moon, man. But I've had dogs all my life, and that's where my spanner, the love of dogs, and I used to climb tree. Honestly, Doxy Park where I grew up, and it was a haven to like grow up because you had all the fields around you. Brand new, aye. Well, you had to get. It was our first bath we had inside the house. Seriously, and
didn't come on the skip, did it?
No, I don't know. Actually, it was a skip. Actually, just put that upstairs.
Loads in it.
Aye, loads of it.
Aye.
Well, my mates round with like all his sisters and all that. So,
right, so you're in, so that mirrors a bit mine, because mine was born opposite the stadium, but when I was 1, we were a massive family and we moved to Town and Farm, and that was exactly the same, brand new estate, countryside all over the place, so it was great for a kid, climbing all the time and that. They started, like you say, my brother was a bird nest, and you shadow. So was mine.
Were you like, you shadow? Honestly, I followed him everywhere and all that. And I used to love bring his girlfriends back, like, because we shared a room together. I'm not saying the others, but his magazines underneath their bed when he went out. Aye. They were good ones like what's it called, Action Man and stuff like that.
I imagine G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip.
Aye. Yeah, that was me. That mine.
I thought it was.
Aye, so like you say, Doxy Park was amazing. They were building Hall Farm when I was there. And I was like, getting chased off the gadget. Do you know what it is? My brother become an electrician, right? So I got some of his tools, and there was a steamroller. I was tapping all these things, I'm touching ways. All of a sudden it started up and started moving, didn't it? It only went through a big 4-bedroom detached house.
Did it?
Straight through the middle of it. You should have seen me, but just as well I was a good runner. Because the gadget, he couldn't catch it. He was about 90 years old, and I think he had a heart attack halfway down the thing. I'm not naming any names just in case.
I think I can't say there have been many incidents where a steamroller went through a 4-bedroom
detached seriously, house. That was up at Thursday Wood.
Didn't say the address.
No.
You can still get done for it now,
Oh, aye, historic 11s. Aye. I was in Town and Farm, and you done it. I seen you. No, I'm a good liar.
Right, so that was obviously taking you up to senior school.
I will. Like you said, a few things before as well. My brother, like the Prestos got built there, right?
Prestos
like got built. I got built. Whether my sister used to have a whole shed, 3 horses.
You were gypsies, weren't you?
Aye. Well, my dad, one thing he did, he bought my sister 2 horses. Well, one of them was in full, so she ended up having on Christmas Day called Noel. Well, I used to go into the farm. We're not out, you see, because my mum worked all the time to try and keep us. So I was always stuck with one of my brothers or sisters, and I had a younger sister as well. Oh, yeah, some of the fights we used to have, like cat and dog.
Aye.
Like proper cat and dog, like right, at each other and all that, constantly poo and ma.
Need that taste for that work.
Aye, so anyway, him and his mates, like, broke into Presto's out the back. And he goes, boy, I've got you some hell of a Christmas present. I've got you new, like a proper bike this time. Right?
What did you do with the other one? Waded in?
No. I think it went into a museum, to tell the truth. It was a penny farthing, to tell the truth. I think it's what it was. It was about my cycle proficiency on my brother's racing bike. Seriously, he had the cow horns on them like that, big cow horns, right? And a racing bike, and I'm about like 8-year-old, and I can't even like reach the bottom, even if I put my leg down like that.
Same for me now, mate.
So I failed that, didn't I? Only bloke and the only lad in the school to fail his cycle proficiency because I kept on falling off the bike.
Good workman never blames his tools, mate.
Exactly. I was just crap at riding bikes.
I was very good at riding bikes. I think it's that starter bike you got.
Straight,
2-ton bike.
That's what I've got legs like this for. I always knew. It was good stead to join the army, though, wasn't it?
Aye. So, did you always want to join the army?
As a young, there was a big spread in the Sun newspaper, and joined the army. It was like I think it was in the 80s, around about 85, and done that, and then the careers officer sent us a letter through the post saying, get yourself down for like a test. So I went down, passed all that, and then I could either a job at Vauxhall with my dad, or like an apprenticeship with working with my brother as an electrician. Well, I wanted to join the army, something I'd always wanted, a passion, because like you see, I used to love being out in the sticks, and I used to make hell of a dens as well, you know. My dens, our bonfires we used to.
You weren't just setting the dens on fire, did you? You
kind
of double up, you know.
The dens we used to make and all that, and you know, like camouflage and stuff like that. I was into all that as a kid.
How did you find them?
I used to put bread thing down like that. But like you say, we used to at Doxy Park. We used to have there was a place called Saint Court. Us and where we lived at Trilcourt next to the subway. Always had these big bonfires, and we used to always, because our boy man, he was proper
on bonfire night.
So we used to always try and set each other's. So we was stagging on. So I knew what stagging on was like even before you went in the army. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I always remember when I was a kid. This never happened in Sunderland, like, but I always remember that somebody was actually stagging on in the bonfire.
And
somebody set them on fire.
I remember that. But that's where I tasted like roast potatoes, like all them years ago. You know.
Well, they're not baked potatoes.
But without the tin foil on.
Somebody's bringing around roast potatoes. That's
but you know, it didn't have tin foil and it was took on the fire, and then you always done the legendary firewalk, didn't you? Trying to show off and all that, because there was like a bird there. It was quite nice.
Well, I've got a story when I was at Tenant Farm that had this family over the road. Obviously, I'm not naming them, but he's always in trouble, and the mum had a wooden leg, and on bonfire night. He ran down, he'd finished a leg, right? Because she was keeping him in. And he ran out and he flung it on the bonfire. He flung a leg on the bonfire.
Imagine putting that on. Yeah, like your black leg and all that.
No, everyone's just expecting people to bring potatoes.
Imagine if it was a proper leg though. With that still attached. Good times growing up. Like you said, it took us nearly a year to go in the army.
Did it?
Is that
because you applied through the sun?
No, just by the time you'd done your tests in January, February. So it was December I started, 86. December 86 I started.
I started September 86.
Now that's when I started my process to join the army.
Oh, right, when you started your process.
And then by the time I got in, it was the October 87. And Junior Ladies Regiment Royal Artillery. Down at Nuneaton. I can still remember the postcode.
Where is Nuneaton?
Warwickshire. CV11 6QN.
Oh, I'm not going to write here.
I got some Digger Johnson there. Like,
did you?
Proper. I remember, it is that the lads had no sympathy. Like,
no, fucking no, man. That's like now, though, isn't it? It's like now in Vix. You'd be going, I'm going through a really bad time, I'm going to kill myself. Did you just torture you about it?
No, that's... when you going to do, we'll come and watch.
Yeah, you couldn't even do that one.
No, I couldn't even do.
See one of the kooks, he'll sort you out.
Well, we had 58 of us joined up, and then after the year, there was only 18.
Aye.
So we got rid of like a lot of shit and all that. And there were some good lads left actually through medical reasons. We went skiing, went to Wales, went all out. It was like basically.
What were you junior leader?
Junior leader,
I was. So
doing leadership courses and stuff like that.
48 weeks or something training.
52.
Was it?
Oh no. Are you right about that?
It must be because I know that I joined in September and I passed out in August.
Oh, well, mine was October the 27th and passed out on October the 14th, 88.
Oh, right.
So it was like that. But I went back to school. I'd done well in I did A+ in leadership. My weapon technology, I was A's and B's. No, at school, I mean, I was shite at maths, but I was great at physics, which is weird, isn't it? Because you need maths to do physics. And anything to do with physics with the artillery is quite good, because positive reaction always creates an equal and positive reaction.
Have you forgot?
Recoil, aye.
So you joined the artillery?
I did.
So in your training, was everyone artillery?
Yes. It was like the Junior Leaders Regiment. There was like 4... There was a June intake and October intake. There was like 2 batteries in each one, or 2 companies you would call them, with 4 troops in each one.
Would that be a section then?
No, troop would be like a...
Platoon?
Platoon, but it was like 58 of us, that's what I'm saying. So imagine if 58 had passed out, there wouldn't be room on the square.
No.
So they know that by statistics, they know the beach, I mean, the changing parades, and everyone never knows about changing parades.
It's funny when you think about it, isn't it?
Mess tin order. You ever do the green belt and the mess tin?
Actually, because when we were doing it, and as we were running down the stairs, one of the lads kicked another lad and it split his balls. The mess tin split his balls.
Yeah, man. Because when H blocks we had it upstairs, when then we're getting there changing parades, now when you leave your lock up, everything gets launched out the window. But we used to piss ourselves laughing, because you'd see all that stuff out there coming out, man. And if there was out like shiny, you know what squaddies are like, go on, Robert, and then run back in the block. So they're going, hey, where's this going? Hey, where's me boot polish? Because, it was like, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you were there, you got paid something like that, off the top of my head, a tenner, and then you had to queue up. Salute.
£12.
Ask for your wages, I think. And then...
And if you got your number, it was back the queue again.
And there was always like, you'll have loads of money when you went on leave. And you had fucking next to it. Well, I tell you what really pissed us off as well. I think it must have been, if we joined in September, and I think it was a Christmas leave. We thought, we'll have a few quid put aside. Right. But then when it come to getting your wages, it went by your age. 16
off, 17 off.
The people who were like really young got next to nout. And you'd done the same thing. It was heartbreaking.
It is. You're right, because I was 16 when I joined. And like you see, I've got one of my pay slips off when I was in juniors. I was having a look at it the other day. I have to bring it in. It's quite good. I think after your food and accommodation, your insurance and your, what's it called, national insurance and your tax now come off. I got 30 quid, but you were only issued 12 quid. But yourself, we went...
was that a week or a month?
No, a week. 12 quid a week. The rest went into the bank. So... Supposedly, aye. But I think my summer leave after like the year, I remember coming home, it was like 3 weeks, and it was like, I had 400 quid. And as a 16 and a half, 17-year-old, having like 400 quid in the bank, it's now, but back in 88... Like you see, I went in that shop called Pilot.
Beside the Metro?
Beside the thing, and just bought some really, really nice clothes in there. Like, with ping pong and diesel and stuff like that. And it was all like, everything had to be dry cleaned, because it was that like good gear. And it was madman.
When you have wages like that, it works out great.
Aye.
But the first leave, when we only got... Off the top of my head, I'm sure some kids got 80 quid and some got 100 and something.
Aye.
And it was heartbreaking, like, because you're coming home for Christmas for 2 weeks, you got 80 quid.
Aye.
I mean, even 80 quid, them days was a lot more than it is now, but still, now, is it?
No.
After you did all that graft, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I hated the fact that somebody who did exactly the same thing as me, it was a bit older, got more money, like.
Aye. It should be capped until you join your regiment, and that's when your pay should start. Everyone should get the same.
In training
I think they do that now anyway. I don't know. I'll have to look in. I'll look into it, to tell the truth. I'll find out one mate who's in the training regiment.
So, in training, any funny crack happening in training? Like,
Aye,
I
like you say,
imagine
the
as you're
first-
telling it, it will be.
Aye, the first day in the army was on, boom, 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 2 bin lids, right in the army now and all that, like this, that and the other. And we weren't allowed out. We were in coveralls, which is overalls, and pumps, which is like little white plimsolls.
I remember them.
Aye, and just sit and bull and learn to iron, to tell the truth, and learn to washing. Because a lot of kids come from like really, well, I used to get a bath a week before I went to the army. Getting a shower every day was like brand new to me. A little bit bum fluff coming through and everything. And but the amount of time, man, one of the lads above us, because we're in bunk beds, I used to I couldn't sleep, so I used to try and like have a little bit play with myself. Well, I used to shake the bed to bits, didn't I? Sweetie, will you stop doing that, man? I cannot sleep. Well, everybody's laughing at all that, man. Aye. And there was this one time, because you had to, every night you had to go and show your sergeant your fingers and toes and all that.
I was thinking, where's this gone here? Like,
but anyway, right, so this is a good one, right? So I've got my fingers and toes out and all that. The check seats for wash under your nails and the check your cleanliness and all that, right? Well, I only had a radio on, didn't I, between my towel. So when the room orderly guns, room, Sean, I just let go and it went.
it wasn't that big, Peter.
No, well, like, you know what I mean? Like that. And the towel popped up. Well, my sergeant, he honestly, he just burst out crying, like, burst out crying.
He's probably got a claiming for it now.
I had, see what these had, because with me being like a single, I was with my mum all the time, you know, and I missed home, and I did want to leave, but they talked us out of it loads of times.
I think that's a natural thing. Well, 16, you're away from home, and
I'm still wet behind these, man. You know, I've only found out what that's for and all that.
But as well, I was speaking to Bob about it, and like when you got into training, like the training screws, even if they're only in the 20s, it's a lot older than 16.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And it's a man's world, isn't it? And it's a bit of a sharp shock.
Did you have continuation troop, which 2 lads from the last intake stay for you until Christmas?
No.
To help you? No, we did it. The basically the mentors.
Aye.
You know, they found out, like, you know, that this is what you'd become, you know, when you're leaving, and it's only like the 2 best lads, you know what I mean?
Is that what it is? The 2 best lads, huh?
Probably the 2 best lads who were like good at everything, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's
a canny idea, really.
They
should have fucking thought like ours.
It was good idea, because it helped you, but mind them were twats, because you used to like, them were the ones who, you know, if you left your locked door open, them were the ones who would like trash your room. And
because that happened to them, innit? So.
I used to enjoy it, didn't I? So
So did you get to stay back after you left?
No. I was like, the what? Right.
Get out.
They knew I had put this way. There's only 2 of us got A's in the leadership, and I got A+. And one of them ended up troop sergeant, like junior troop sergeant, and I ended up just a private, because I was a bit of a lad, if you know what I mean. I always getting cheeky, getting caught doing things we're not supposed to, jumping out of the fence and going to London and all that. Never got caught for that though, but
you just grassed yourself up though.
Oh shit!
You keep forgetting you're on camera, didn't you?
One of my mates, Warren Burry, good lad, really good lad. He was come from a very rich family, and his dad had his own roofing business, so he took us down to where he lived. And he lived on this farm with like detached bungalow, massive detached bungalow, and his dad was a roofer. And he says if you join the army and do your bit, he says you can have the company, you know, when you leave and all that. So he'd done it, and I stood by him, a good lad. I bumped into him about 10 years ago, just by accident in London.
Did you?
I was in Watford, and he lives in Abbots Langley or Kings Langley, just outside of Watford. And I remember the road where it was, and I had the van. I went driving out, and I says, "Does Warren Burry live here?" And they went, "He does actually. Who are you?"
Hold on a minute, Peter. You fucking stalked him. You didn't bump into him.
But if you know what I mean, I remembered, because I've got good memory when it comes to like roads and
where rich people live.
Aye. Definitely, aye. Good lad.
So when you left training, where did you get posted first?
Osnabrück, in Germany, and that was an eye opener, because the block, World SS blocks.
What as in Nazi? Yes.
Nazi SS block, aye. And the rooms, the accommodation, you wouldn't put a tramp in it now.
Aye.
I swear down, the lockers were like old wood lockers right? You had a little mat, bedside mat, and the beds, which honestly, it was, you wouldn't put, a soldier wouldn't now, a modern day soldier now, wouldn't be allowed, environmental health would shove it down. Oh, well, they were bogging, man. There was like 6-inch nails keeping some of the circuits on, you know what I mean? That's how bad it was. There was always something going on.
Fucking disgrace, that, like, isn't it?
Oh, proper, but we lived, because, hey, man, it was just somewhere to stay, because we were pissed every night. It was in Germany, man, that way. Germany, just cheap drink, cheap women, and just amazing place. I mean, I look back at it, you hate it. We nicknamed it Alcatraz Osnabrück, because it was horrible. And but it wasn't, because I got to ski there, and I loved skiing. I ended up skiing for the regiment, and I've become like a ski instructor, like you say, over there. But I wish I'd kept that on in civilian life. But when I left, I just went straight on the was.
The opportunities are not as easy in civilian life, though, to be a ski instructor. Either.
No, unless you come for money.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, two lads from fucking council estates in Sunderland, I'm not going to be a ski instructor.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because I was a bit of a rat as well. I mean, I know I'm out knee teeth, and I'm a big lad now, but I was a bit of a rat when I was in the army. Like.
Aye.
Oh, aye, definitely.
Well, tell us a bit about that then.
Oh, just everything.
Aye.
Every weekend.
Aye.
Every weekend, aye. You see, because we had, because we didn't have a coast there, they had outside lakes and...
Aye, man-made lakes.
Man-made lakes, well, nudist ones, or, squatty pervert and all that. And we used to go into these, like, swim baths, but they had nudists upstairs.
Aye.
So in this room one time, right, and my mate's gone, "Oh, Swainy, I can see right up between her legs." And she looked up, she went, "Shut up, little Englishman." That was it. I was doubled out like that. Proper pervert, you know what I mean? Expect they're not going to know English, because they've got, in Germany, they've got to know English before they leave school. So that was mad.
So when you were in Osnabrück, did you like do loads of adventure training as well as like obviously exercise and that?
Aye, we were always in the Harz Mountains and all that. Went to the Harz Mountains a lot. Went down to Bavaria, like you say, for the skiing, and in the
did you go on like I think it was called Snow Queen?
Snow Queen, Operation Snow Queen.
Aye.
Well, that's where I was over there. I was on the instructors who learnt the lads. Because you're from October till March, you skied.
Aye.
In the snow hut in Niedersontoffen, and it was absolutely amazing. One of the best laughs. See all these videos all years ago on UB framed. All them were squaddy ones. Because they were all mad. You know, like just. You used to go, what was it called? Not Barnoff, what's it called? Banzai or something kind of Banzai. And just go whoosh, straight down the slope. No fear. You know, they 300 mile an hour. And they used to get the snow police on the whistle. Little flashing lights on the head and all that.
Did you get the Chitty Bang Bang castle?
Aye, Wank. Aye, it's called Wank, isn't it? Wank.
The town is. Aye, the castle's not.
Oh, that's right. Aye. Chitty Bang Bang Castle.
Aye.
That's right.
Aye,
beautiful castle,
lovely,
isn't it?
Aye.
It's a beautiful area.
As castle's gone, like, aye, it is a really nice area.
One of the best things I've ever done, and if when I die tomorrow, probably I'll tell you.
When you die tomorrow,
so if I die tomorrow, bloody hell. Christmas Eve, going down in midnight mass in a German village, right? Snow falling, mountains round you. I mean, just absolutely, it was honestly just singing Christmas carols and all, like, I'm mad and all that, but like, that was quite moving.
Honestly, I didn't know where that story was going to go. Like.
No, so I went anywhere. We went in selling German carols and all that, and then they welcomed us, and we all walked up, and the snow was unreal, man. And then skiing Christmas Day.
Aye.
Oh, it was, because all the Germans gone skiing on Christmas Day and all that. I didn't think they like the Sunday dinner like us, like that. They like a bit sausage.
Aye, it's not surprising. It's nice sausage in
there.
Yeah. In Bavaria, that beer, you know.
Weissen.
Aye, it'd just be cloudy. That taste the sausages.
Aye,
that's taste the sausages.
Well, we used to give you, if you could drink 3 in an hour, you got the rest of them for now. You were mortal after 3. Because so like.
Well, when I went on that Snow Queen, when we went to the chalet thing, and the guys didn't be drinking that. Because of the altitude, you get drunk and all that. And obviously, that just means drink that, doesn't it? So we went out. We went out on the night. I was drinking that on the minibus on the way back. I was sick, right, in the minibus. Then in bed, I was sick all over my bed. So you know when you got an anti-sheet in. So I never said no. And then we were like lined up and he got and said, "Who was sick in the bed?" And I was like, "You hung over me." He was like, "You could have died." And I was like, You've been drinking that sausage beer.
Weissen. And then there was another one, like a soft drink called Spetzi, It was like half orange and half cola.
Aye.
Oh, it was amazing.
Aye, I
It
can
was like
remember that,
honestly beautiful. I went caving there as well. That was canny.
I loved when you were on the slopes and then you stopped. There's like always a calf thing, wasn't there? And
Aye,
you
aye.
got like the sausage and the sauerkraut and the mustard.
Aye,
and that.
pomfrits,
Chips.
mit meal.
Meat meal,
Ketchup
ketchup bitter.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, what about you? Did you have a
Yeah,
pom-
you're gonna have to put subtitles on this because people's not gonna
Aye,
realise that
aye,
it's
aye.
straight in German.
But some of the exercises area over there, mind you, well, any squaddy who's been to Germany knows about the pongos because I think every area had a pongo and a van, like a sausage van.
Oh, aye.
And on exercise, right, he knew
Brought
where
you,
your
man.
gun position was before you did.
Fucking right, he did.
It was there before you.
The tanks couldn't get where that van was. He couldn't.
He used to pull the tanks out.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. Just stop straight away.
That's it.
Everyone stop. Because he's come now.
Yeah, man, there was in Senelager, there was a wife who had an Opel Kadett, right? She had one leg, and for four bottles, right, you could have a bit shorter.
Aye.
Right?
For 4 bottles.
For 4 bottles. Well, one lad, like you say, what you were saying earlier on, someone pinched her leg. So that wasn't quite good. And then someone pinched one of my mate's cans. I'm not naming their names.
All right, keep that on eye.
Right? But you know the Thunderboxes, right? He found out who pinched his cans, right? So he got that kid's sleeping bag and he took it down the Thunderbox.
Aye.
Right, you know, like the pits. Because it was just a pit, wasn't there, with the wooden toilets on top with the wall in. So that went in there.
Yeah, when you were on exercise, I think I was with 3 like, and well, if you imagine Glastonbury toilets, it was like that, wasn't it? Full of shit. And always on the end of the exercise, when somebody would get in and people would push an hour. I remember this kid coming out crying.
Covered in it.
Shit all over his face and that. It was fucking... when you looked a bit cockly there.
I am. Just imagine like the kid.
It was horrible like.
Oh yeah. Getting back to the stories as well, I remember going up in the Chinook for the first time. Well, I'd never been in a helicopter. This was in training. We'd done an exercise called Western Encounter down in Kyneton, the Central Ammunition Dump, and we were supposed to guard it. We're a 2-power, and because we went to their camp at Turnhill at Shrewsbury, and that's where Bob was, before them took over. And anyway, up in the Chinook, and I just went the days there, like the Lord Master went, I feel sick, Sarge. He went, give your helmet. So he got me helmet. I went, whoa, straight me helmet, and he gives you a water bottle, and he chucked it out the back door. When put on my head with a carrot or someone come down here. Well, everybody else on the helicopter started, didn't they? All just project or vomiting like that. Everybody. Honestly, he was going, shouting at everybody. Can everyone stop being sick? And everyone's going, now when it comes out of the thing and everything.
It's class helicopters, aren't they? Brilliant.
Conte were flying in Ireland and stuff like that.
In Ireland, I was just...
with the links, because you had no seats behind the links, so he sat behind the pilot and he was going where he's gone, and with the door gunner and all that.
It was class. That was probably the best thing, other than guarding a women's camp. I think being in a helicopter was the best thing that I did.
Brilliant. It was exhilarating in there, like especially when we got RPG'd, when you heard the whoosh come past, and we're in the Wessex at the time, and luckily we had brown boots, because all he could see in the Wessex was the boots. Well, this pilot had brown boots, and God, he was a hell of a pilot, him. I think he saved our life, him, because he must have seen like the launch point and done a major action, and then they come past us. So we're down.
Was it in Ireland?
In Ireland, aye. We got GPMG'd over there. We had cross-border firefight. We got proxy bombed, mortared. We got loads of stuff over there happened over there.
Right, Jonah, yeah.
You know, bloody hell. It was like another battery that got mortared. We had the proxy bomb where they kidnapped the family and they met them, come over and drive in and stuff like that.
Did you like Ireland?
I loved it, mate. I tell you the truth, the people out there. I know there was some horrible people out there, but it was what I joined the army for, Joe. I wanted to be a soldier. I didn't want to polish my boots and
marching around.
No. I wanted to, you know what I mean? I pretended to be a soldier when I was a kid and all that.
You pretended to be a soldier when you were the fucking...
You're right. I spent most of me... Oh, there's another story. I'm not going to tell it.
Get on, tell it, man. Tell it.
Well, went on a drink, didn't I? In Ireland, in a red area, so I got caught, didn't I?
Did you?
Well, luckily someone told them, because I think I would have been took... If they'd found out where I was, I would have been took away and shot, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
So luckily I've been...
Somebody come and get you, like...
Well, no, when I come back to camp, I got arrested straight away, and that's where I've been. I had my hand up and says, oh, well, you know, we're informed that you were planning to go out, and but they were looking for us all. I was like, the whole brigade over Northern Ireland was looking for us.
Aye. Did you have discos in your camp? Where the birds used to
No, our camp was just a little tiny border camp
Aye.
up in Cloy, South Tyrone. So there was a UDR bar before it turned to Royal Irish, or wherever it is now in Northern Ireland. And we used to have ones in there, but you only had a 2-can rule. Well, the night before I was going on leave, like you see, I think I'd done what you done. I had a bit too many of them without seeing. And then, because you weren't out to drink, you weren't used to drinking. And when I spewed up all when I was on the top bunk, well, I only spewed all the lads below us, didn't I? You know, when you hang your bed out, and I went, whoop, and I went all the way. Spewed all out. He wasn't happy. The whole room it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Everyone thought we were getting mortared because they was diving under the beds. Going, mortar. Because I'm squealing like a bitch. Well, it sounded like the siren, didn't it? It was mad, man. Oh, good laugh out there. There was always little pranks and everything. Everyone had a little prank out there. Always daft little pranks to each other and all that. Like
that was a great thing, though, wasn't it? I mean, it keeps you
not racial, do you know, getting shot at.
Exactly, it's stressful, isn't it?
Oh, Andy, what's that, Swainy? Have a look up there, will you? Well, whereabouts? You can get the binos and have a look up there. Well, you've only put biro, you know, around the thing, so he's in the sand above you, and you're going, Andy, you're going, what? And he's looking down, he's got 2 black eyes like that. And he's not, and he's going, oh, I'm going to sweat my tits off. And he's going, oh, you bastard. QRF alarm, set that off, tie your boots to the bed. So when I try to dive out of bed like that,
tighten the boots, fill them full of water, and put them in the freezer. The fucking frozen. We were on the border, we used to do that all the time. Get up your fucking boots full of water, man.
Yeah, but I remember the most, I think, stressing, not so much stressing, but like hardest times I've had over there, we had to dig in for 3 weeks. We had they kidnapped an armoured car, and they cut slots out, and they were going to do a shooting Coal Island, so we had int on it. So we were dug in, and we were like on the cut-off teams, about 400 yards up from where the thing was, because the SAS were going to attack them. Well, we're dug in there for 3 weeks, just doing with an IUC officer turning up and all that. Now, them tin cans that hit self-hate and all that. Back in the 90s, we were like, we had like the ball. We didn't have... No, I think boil in the bag was just starting to come in when we were in Ireland.
It was the fucking tin stuff, wasn't it?
It was a tin stuff, aye.
Get heavy when you carry it around.
So. But honestly, we're doing like 4 on 4 off. So you were doing 2 hours on the road with the IUC officer, and then 2 hours in the trenches, surround like the battle, proper fire trenches, you know, with a PK thing and all that on the top. And then you would have like accommodation trench in a different place. So. But we're pissed down with rain for them 3 weeks.
Accommodation tent trench.
Oh, yeah, man.
Fucking, by the time
there's a 2-man fire trench.
They're that wide, but you're that knackered digging by the bottoms like that.
Well, in Ireland, it just wet. So imagine, it took us, I was a bit of a lad. This is, I should have been in the Pioneer Corps, whatever you call it. I was going to call it Pie and Beer. That's what I mean.
That's what I thought you were going to say. The Pie and Beer Corps.
That's what I joined when I left the army. Joined the Pie and Beer Corps. Because I was a bit of a just natural born digger. Human JCB, they used to call it. Training gone digger trench. All right. Yes, sir. I love it. And then but it was because it was all like just lashed down with rain. So I remember it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, thinking, oh, where's Frank on here? He's with a bird on the beach.
He's fucking windsurfing, isn't
he? He's windsurfing. He's not stuck in a trench, right? And I've got a light anti-tank weapon, right? Because in case they hear us, and a GPMG and also my own gat. And I'm just bailing out the trench. I'm like trying to get into the thing, and it's about that deep in water. You know what I mean?
Natural born digger, mate.
And just bailing out, going, oh, yeah. You know what I do this for? But getting back into camp and all that, because the food was good out there, because you only had 2 chefs, so there was only, I think, 100 odd of us in our thing. We used to do like a three stage rotation a week on guard, which was 18 hours on, 4 hours off, 6 hours off, sorry. So and then in them 6 hours you had to do your admin, your washing and sleep, then come back and guard again for 12 hours, and then do 4 hours QRF. Well, KRF, you could get your head down a little bit, but
you
there was you had to keep your armoured vest on and all that.
That was a nightmare sleeping in that, like, wasn't it?
Oh, like that. I think that's why I wore like that for now.
Staying in your back, right? I'd rather get shot.
The armoured cars and all out there. Snatch Land Rover was just like, what's it called? Fiberglass. Nowadays, the soldiers are protected a lot more than a hell of a lot more compared to what we were. I think if we had any vehicles like that, probably would have been a lot of life saved over there, you know what I mean?
Well, look what happened. I mean, come back off leave on a bus.
I know, for you. I know you got hit, didn't you?
You know, and then that could have been stopped quite easily. You know. I mean, after that, they would fly us. But I heard as soon as we left, then they started using the bus again. I mean, when I was in Ireland, I passed my driving test. And I was in Walmart, and we had a red Ford Escort with Irish plates on that you used to do your driving lessons in. Every fucking knew. There's people waving at you. No, you're driving.
Oh, that's Billy.
All right.
Oh, they knew who you were. They knew what regiment you were. They knew when you were going home, and they knew everything about you, man.
Yeah.
They were quite shit up. The IRA, like.
I did it. It was a good time. Being in the army and being in Ireland is what I wanted to do. Anyway. It was an actual good time.
To tell the truth, I don't think if I ever went to Ireland, I don't think I would enjoy the military so much.
No.
You know, because
I definitely wouldn't, because Berlin, I hated it.
Well,
I didn't mind the nightlife, but the polishing your boots and marching.
No, that's but
shit,
everyone looked forward to the end of the month when you were loaded for like 2 days.
Like 2 minutes.
Because you know when you were loaded, because nobody ate in the cookhouse, did that? You can tell it like the last week or so before coming to payday, the cookhouse was full every day. Because you just got we had the YMCA. Them had the best crusty bun sandwiches. Were like.
What was it, the YMCA? Because we had one of them, but I don't think it was a YMCA.
YW, Women's Institution or something it was.
Crusty bun. And you could have... I always remember it was the first thing I had, tuna, I think.
Tuna mayonnaise?
In a crusty bun.
That was all in your naffy break.
And then they had a van come round as well.
Well, that was on the night. There's a story, another one about the sausage wagon. Right?
That wasn't your car, was it?
No, this bloke, right, I swear down, he'd left the army, right, and he went back to Osnabrück about 30 years later, and he bumped into him in the street. He went, "You still owe me 10 marks." I swear, this bloke had a memory for faces and how much they owed him. His tick boot must have been as long as, because everybody bumped him, you know, when they were leaving. Right, well, lads, what do you want? I'm going down there. I'm getting out the army next week. What do you want? Oh, we'll get this, we'll get that.
There was great, we called it Thomas's Imbus. I think Imbus it was called.
Oh, what about the gyros?
And the burgers.
The kebabs, man. Outside the nightclub, because we had this nightclub called Broadway's.
Broadway's.
Oh, well, honestly. Proper. And it was free for all end of the month, especially when a new regiment come into the garrison. Well, we were in Ireland, come back, and they'd all been like giving it the big one. So we was all from the northeast, turned up all these big gunners with like arms like Garth and shoulders like that, and big chests and all that. And it was just honestly, I went in, I beat my mate's wedding, right? I had like an Armani suit on because I was well into my clothes at the time, and I come out of there with half a shirt on, knee arms on me, what's it called? Things, and half a leg. They sent the police dog in, and somebody kicked it in the balls and killed it. That's how bad it was, man. The dom was locked. The dom went. The RMPs, you still have to go in there. They're just killing each other in there. But the next day we shared like, I think the next week we're all on exercise with each other, and we all looked at each other and going, "Oh yeah, can he make that one? Aye, class, good." You know, and you just get on with them all with them.
But I remember the same sort of stuff happening when obviously we're the same age, so in the 88, 89 sort of drugs come into it, like weed and
Amsterdam,
acid and
Amsterdam.
stuff like that. And I found then, once you were doing that, you were friends. Well, obviously we know what the effects of ecstasy is. Yeah, everyone's mate. But the regiments, people, it wasn't everyone, but the ones who were doing that sort of stuff were all mates.
We're all mates. I've got some really good mates. I've got a mate that lives up in Scotland, Duels. I met him like that in that scene, in the dance scene, as you call it, dance scene. I met mates from the Green Jackets, who he had a Nissan Sunny Turbo. I swear down, gone to nightclubs like miles away where you're allowed in, you know, where they used to have these like raves and all that, and we used to drive there. and get off our bonces and like drive back, you know what I mean? And just it was me, my mate Brycey, George Bryce. He was a good mate. Me, him, Lanny, another lad from the Tuatha, like the Fairlamp, like medics. It was all of us like you see in that scene. We all used to knock about together.
It's weird, isn't it? That obviously drugs were illegal, but I mean, and especially in the army, it wasn't a good thing. But
yes, I take that hint. Drugs are for mugs.
Don't do it, kids.
Yes, don't do it. Just say no. But Zamo didn't.
But like that made my experience a lot better. But also, I got to meet a lot more people.
You do.
Because when you were drinking, basically you were fighting.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And then once
You never seen a fight at the rave, did you?
No, definitely not.
No, it was more like just loving and hugging each other and all that. Aye.
It's good. It was really good.
Good music then as well in the early 90s, wasn't it?
It's really good. I had a great time. Like, there was a club called the UFO Club in Berlin that we used to go in. It was really good.
Well, I think Berlin was probably better than us, but like, it's a bit more like...
Cosmopolitan.
Aye, it was like... We were like Northern Germany, just shit all.
Aye.
But the dance clubs, were like miles away. Like one called Airport, and
was it near the airport?
Possibly, I think so. Aye, but it had a plane inside it. That's what it was called Airport for. Well, you know the box heads, didn't you? They had square haircuts like that. Well, we had short hair, all like nice clothes and all that. And the women used to always go and like love it.
But did you? I was talking the other day, like being in Berlin, you would like to sort of get drunk in the naffy or do whatever in the naffy and then go out.
Old Town.
But ours was you couldn't leave the camp after 10 o'clock.
We confined
the camp after 10 o'clock.
No, we weren't like that. We used to always get me battery bar, and when you weren't allowed to tick when the battery captain
stopped.
Was that
the naffy?
No, each battery had its own bar.
All right.
And then there was a naffy, so we used to get our own battery bars. But when the troop captain, the battery captain, who was in charge of finances, stopped your tick bill, you know, so you'd have to go into naffy, and pay like I think it was for Blue McEwen's lager, it was a mark which was 30 pence, and like 12 Fenwick, which is about 4 pence for a shot. Dice, do you ever play dice as well?
No.
It's like poker dice, and they're like a cup, like a leather cup, and you would do it for like shots, so you could end up mortal.
No, we used to play spoof. You know, when you put the coin in your hand, you played that.
No.
So you see how many coins you've got in your hand, and then you guess, and then like if you lose, you have to have a drink.
Oh, can I? But we used to go to the Old Town, put Bergens out back and fill them full of cans. We got from the naffy, you know what I mean? Go and get the new lad who come in the regiment loaded, you know, until everybody went and took all his money off him. Or then it's not until they're trying to like come into the regiment and like beat, you know what I mean? Well, I got jailed within 3 weeks to join the regiment.
Did you?
One of the lads says he's looking at you over there. So I went, is he? Tried to matter name for myself. So I went down and chinned him. He was only a PTI for the people who ran the gym from another regiment and then ran the guard room, didn't I? Oh, well, I didn't get beaten much, did I? For 28 days. But I never shot anybody because it ended up in like a proper Wild West fight. You know, one side of the regiment on one side, regiment on the other, and just went into each other like that, and bottles and chairs and proper getting into each other. Well, I never grassed anybody, so when I got out of jail after 28 days, they went, right, you won the lads now, like you never said no.
Nice one.
You know, so I didn't.
We had a documentary made about us, like one.
I've seen that on YouTube.
Ticking with a Crow, it was called.
Aye.
So
about being in Berlin and all that.
It was obviously what had happened in Ireland, and then they followed us to Berlin. It didn't show the fucking battalion in a very good light, to be honest, because everyone was pissed off. You know what I mean? Everyone was pissed off. I'm sure the RSM and the...
He was being knackered anyway if we went to war. What was that thing called?
Ridiculous.
No, that's where you had to be on so many... Standby. What was it called? It was called something, wasn't it?
No.
Active Edge.
No, was it? I don't
know. Active Edge.
I just remember you were on 2 hours standby.
But
we just get you to stand in the fucking...
Parade Square,
and they get blow up, because you're surrounded by Russians anyway.
I know that. But we're supposed to be half your regiment. Like, that's why you got 2 blocks left. You got to... Well, everyone used to fuck off anyway, didn't they?
Well, in Berlin, it was some like 80% had to stay in Berlin. That's how you could only go away, which was shit. You know, because you'd be your mates who you wanted to go with, and then if it worked out wrong, you never went on leave with them.
You'd have different block leaves, wouldn't you?
So we like had certain mates, and we always used to say, we'd gone on holiday then, like abroad somewhere,
Aye.
and then trying to get Christmas was a nightmare. I think I had one Christmas leave and no New Year's in the
Aye.
5 years.
I was skiing a lot down Bavaria, which I loved. But I think I go almost New Year's and Christmases because you used to sell, the lads who were single, the lads who were married, we used to sell their duties to them. So the married lads who were like lived out there, you know, they didn't want to go home, them could make some serious dosh.
Aye.
Just buying a guard duty or a battery, a battery duty or a regimental duty, you know what I mean? Because you would always get 1 or 2 during the 2 weeks when you were on your block leave. So I used to go home and in January, I was like a month at Christmas. It was class.
Aye.
But we never got caught because the Russians never invaded, did that?
Yeah.
Where's all the British Army? Hey, we're on. Hey.
The wall came down, Berlin Wall came down when I was there.
But that was quite moving, was it?
It was, because it was brilliant when it was up.
Is it
Because it was really cheap. It was really cheap on the other side, and then when the wall come down, it ruined it for everyone. Just because they got democracy. Ruined it for all the British
Just got the proper roads and everything, because you know it was like in East Germany.
Terrible, aye.
We went to a place called Brocken, just in the Harz Mountain, which is like on the border between East and West. It was roundabout, but they were still patrolled by East German soldiers, like in the fence up and all that. But even though it was like unified, they still hadn't took the fence down. So we used to have a big crap over them and all that, just having a big, you know, some broken English and all that, but they were all right, you know what I mean?
There was you know, when we were, I think this is on YouTube as well, at Christmas, the Russians used to come for Christmas dinner. Well, you know when you have Christmas dinner and everyone starts a food fight and that. Fucking hell, I must have these lunatics.
They're the one that didn't go to war. Served by your sergeants and your officers and all that.
And then all of a sudden, one roast potato.
That's it. It was always a roast potato as well. And he used to always get someone in the face as well.
Gravy.
Aye, and then it was mad.
It was class though, wasn't it?
I played rugby a lot out there as well. Which was good
so
because
you could catch the roast potato.
Aye, and run with it because it was massive. But no, we used to get better rations because we used to get like a brunch, and it was always like better rations because of breakfast. You know that food was shit, wasn't it? Even though, like you say, when you're on tours and when it's just a few years, the food's amazing. But when it's when there's just like 400 odd or 500 odd in the battalion or which is regiment, the food's crap. But
they pay for the food now, didn't they?
Aye, it's socks or something it was doing. But at Christmas time, me and my mate Brycey, we used to always get the job to be regimental sword guard for the junior ranks and the senior ranks thing.
Right.
Well, we used to always get pissed in the back, didn't we? Well, you know, Highlander, these swords were like proper ceremonial swords. Me and my mate were up next morning going, what the fuck? Holes all over, number 2s and everything like that. We're being in sword garden. I get like playing Highlander.
Playing Highlander. Why? Because that'll have been out in the 80s.
Aye, it was, aye.
Aye, well, I remember Queen did the music of it.
Aye, that's right. Aye, well, and then we used to always get pissed in the back, you know, and then whenever you done like the, what's it called, the officers, when you would serve one, you get like a duty and you'd always get like some free drink because they never drank the wine properly, did they? So we was going like, no, any food that was left, we're up there, proper good food, wasn't it? This is what proper food tastes like. This is meat and not corned beef. Get it all the water. Aye.
Did you do a lot of sport when you were in?
Aye, loads, mate. At polo.
Fucking polo.
Water polo.
I was going to say.
Water polo.
Polo.
Hockey. Rugby. I boxed before I joined up. Hockey, rugby, skiing, everything. I mean, our battery was like the sport battery. You know, we had a cup in like an interregimental cup. Judo, I was good. I got through the BUAT championships at Sunderland. I come third in under 78 or 87 kilograms. I was because I was a little stocky lad, and I come third in that. Because I'd done a bit jiu-jitsu before I joined the army, but it was good. We loved it. Our battery was all the Rajis got put in our battery. Now if you've fucked up on another battery, you get stuck to 2.9 battery because they kept all the Rajis together in that side of the camp. So they knew exactly if something had happened. And
that's who to blame.
Aye. We used to have a Christmas. what's it called, best room. Well, I went, got the duty driver, right, singing, come here, climbs up a tree, come down, coming through the gate like this, Rick, about 40-foot tree, you know, hanging out the back of in the room. It was like, what's it called, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Honestly, it was bent out on the top and everything, man. Hey. Oh, another one you used to do as well, tap the bed springs out the bed, so he'd come in, jump in his bed, gone straight through. Put razor blade, not razor blade.
Did you? What were your rooms like in?
No, they were crap when I got there, but they were doing blocks.
Camp.
They're really bad, as I was saying earlier on, and then after about the first year, they're doing like it was becoming like a grade 1 accommodation. But I didn't think it was on the lowest food and accommodation when we were there because the rooms were that bad. Then they posted on the highest, so we got a better room, but
need money.
Need money, exactly.
Well, that's what I remember from Ireland. We went from Ireland where we had loads of money, but you couldn't spend it.
Oh, that's right.
To need money, and you could you had the world at your feet. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There was all sorts to do.
But
you didn't have the money to spend it.
Going to Canada, man, and getting AR payments. Well, you just can't getting AR payments, and you end up owing the army about $4,000 because you're just in Canada and like in the mountains and in the prairies, and you got Medat, place called Medicine Hat, and then there was outdoor water slides. They used to have the squaddies half hour, and they would say, the British soldiers are going to show you how not to go down these water slides. Honestly, getting oiled up and all that, like, whoa, pissed up and all that, lads breaking their shoulders and noses and stuff like that, coming off them like this. Yeah, it was mad. Yeah, and one of my mates who was like dark. I went, hey, what are you putting suntan lotion on? He goes, I still burn you now. I went, fuck off, man. You did it. Aye. Well, it was class, man. And I used to get up on the karaoke on that singing, sitting on the dock of the bay.
Aye, any good, like?
I was canny, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
You're obviously better when everyone's been drinking.
Everyone sounds best when they're pissed, don't they?
That's a great song, though, isn't it?
It
was on Platoon, wasn't it? Is that why you were singing it then? Because it was the same time.
Good film. That's one of my favourite films.
Everyone thought they were in Platoon, didn't they, when we joined up?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, aye.
Charlie Sheen. And do you know who else is in that at a very young age? Johnny Depp.
Aye.
Johnny Depp's in there as well. Because he's the one who gets killed in summer, doesn't he?
Fucking hell, most of them get killed.
I'll tell you another Vietnam film I like, When We Were Soldiers, with Mel Gibson.
Aye.
It's about the start. Brilliant. I love all the Vietnam films.
Aye.
Apocalypse Now is my favourite, like, because he's just... Marlon Brando is just off his tree, and that's another Shane, That's Marty Shane.
That's his star, aye.
Marty Shane, aye.
Aye.
I've got on part 2, that one. I've got a hell of a collection of war films, but lately, you know, when I had my problems, I couldn't really watch any of them. I'd like to watch, and me reading as well.
Do you want to talk about your problems?
I'm not at this present moment. I've been a bit raw the last couple of days, ever since I've come back from Health for Heroes, the last couple of weeks.
So was that good?
That was amazing, mate. They helped us a lot. Tell
people about what happens down there, because obviously the viewers are not know.
What they're going to do is you do a week induction where they show you down in Phoenix House at Catwick. They basically give you gym sessions. This is what's available. Shows like the multi-use bikes where there's people who lose like lost arms, legs, and basically got knee direction or knee things like that, and then. You do a few little taster courses. Well, one of them's called Compassionate Resilience. That's the course I'm going to do. The book is in for the next 6 months, for a week every month.
Aye.
They're going to try their best to try and help us. I want to go on as many courses as I can, fitness-wise and for my mental state.
Brilliant.
Because not just military, but I've got shit off when I was a kid. Getting dragged up and stuff like that. I've got a lot of problems, depression, unstable personality disorder, borderline, which is worse because of borderline's a lot of things. PTSD diagnosed.
You do know, at the end we always play a song, and now it's going to be Borderline, didn't you?
By
fucking Madonna.
And anyway, I'm doing a compassionate resilience, because when you join the army, especially as a young kid, you've got like 3 things in your life. You've got fight, drive, and compassion. Like 3 major things in your life that take the compassion away and just leave you with the fight and drive. So you've got that's why I hate myself, I've got no self-love. And I find it very hard to love somebody, even though I tell them I love them and all that. It's very hard within us. I mean it, but You know, it's hard. But they're going to learn us to try and do that. It's an 8-day course, so I'm going down for 5 days and then 3 days, but I'll just stay there for the week. And then they've got us booked in for like gym sessions on 1-to-1 basis 3 times a week. It's just basically it's a place where you can go for respite as well, just chill out and just get a TV room.
I've been down there to look at the facilities and
it's amazing setup, like.
It is. I mean, I'm not into computer gaming stuff like in any
the games room.
The room they've got, like, it's amazing.
They reckon no one uses it.
That's what he said to me. And they fucking, it's mental. It's loads of stuff. And he said to me, but I mean, I don't know. I've never been into that kind of stuff. I know people are.
Went for a little walk and all. I've never been into like gaming and stuff like that. I mean, never really. I'm getting into airsoft at the present. One of my mates, Greg. It's Chris's mate.
Airsoft, do you want to explain?
It's just be like paintball, but it's like a little plastic bullet. And you get
like Nerf guns.
You get shot to shit with them, and they hurt. You know what I mean? I've got like dots all over us and all that. We're playing the other night. We're booked in for the 21st of this week.
Where is that?
Month, down in Billingham. It's in a big warehouse, so it's quite close quarter battle. And it's got upstairs and downstairs, all made out of wood and all that. And it's funny as shit. Just people diving out like fun. Because it's covered in like rubber, what's it called, recycled rubber tyres, where it's all mashed up and you basically just sliding all over the place. No, it's proper funny getting shot to shit. I got shot in the head the other day and all that knocked, shot in the neck. But I was right twat to keep shooting people in the neck all the time. But that's good crack. Like
so when you've done your bits down Phoenix House, do you want to start doing some stuff for Vix then?
I would like to. I would like to coincide with it.
Because I mean, you can. That's the type of thing. Well, what do you start volunteering for Vix? You know, pass your sort of knowledge on, get people in that kind of frame of mind, and then you know, you tap them on stuff. What would be great? You love your outdoors. You love your stuff. I mean, we've spoken. The thing we're going to do in that school. You know, we're going to do the bushcraft and stuff like that, and that's something that I'm
we
really
need
passionate.
We need it. Definitely. I've been taking, like you see, I've took a few your clients out for walks. I'm not going to name no names, but they've actually enjoyed being time with the dogs. And I'm booked when I get back from being away for a couple of weeks. I'm taking one of the lads away walking for the day. You know, and I didn't mind going out my way and helping people. It makes you a little buzz inside. You know what I mean? It gives you a bit of purpose in life as well, you know, it's class.
Well, are you booked in, are you put your name down for Alan's Head?
I'm down.
Oh, you're away.
I down Health for Heroes then.
I always call it Alan's Head, but it's not Alan's Head, is it? It's Alan Heads.
Alan Heads, I've been there myself, I've seen that, you know, that Ken, that he's gone walk up. I've been up there myself with the dogs.
It's a
beautiful.
Lovely place, it's springboard training.
Put
us,
they're doing amazing, aren't they?
I mean, they sort us out with this building and they're helping us with the training centre.
The art. I'm loving doing that, like the art.
Well, you know, I don't like art, obviously, because I live with an artist, but I don't like it, like, as in, because I don't like mess, right? And there's always mess. But the difference it's making to some of the clients, I mean, today I had a lovely message of someone who's feeling really low at the minute, but today properly brought them up, like.
It was good.
It's a nice for people, isn't it, to be
doing. It is. Like you see, I think everyone says it's the quietest they've ever heard us. Because you know what I mean, I never shut up, do I?
No, surely not. Surely they must be thinking of someone else, Peter.
No, definitely not me. This is good.
Can we, when we have the Christmas party, they're having karaoke, so you're going to be singing?
I would like to get them to do some singing, like.
Well, what we'll have to do is get Joe to come at a video.
Well, that would be quite good, couldn't it?
So, and then
finish this on a song.
Let's finish it on a song.
Aye.
Right. What song would you like to sing now to finish off?
You're in the army now.
Oh, fucking hell, that came out at the same time we joined the army as well. I fucking status quo.
Bastard. Yeah, they've got a lot of looking. I bet you more people joined the army when that song come out, right? Than the other ad. That would have been the proper recruiting video, wouldn't it? Someone stuck in a trench, pissed. It wouldn't have been Frank. It would have been someone pissed off in a trench.
With that bird, didn't he?
Aye. I think Frank was an officer.
He would have been. He definitely would have been. Now he's telling people not to take drugs, isn't he?
Aye, Frank.
He's on advice line.
Exactly.
Right, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Really good. What I like to do is, because you're a client and because you've got loads of stories, would you want to come back?
I'd love to come back, mate. I've got a lot to give and I've got a lot to say.
Excellent. Thank
That's
you.
what it's all about. No, thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, cue Borderline.
Nice.
And he looks like that was really good, man. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it.